All right, it is Do You Know, and what a beautiful day to be at the Willmar Municipal Airport. It is Aviation Day. It's been a while since we've been here. In fact, the last time we were here, we were highlighting the Tomahawk jet fighter right behind me. Today, though, Aviation Day. What a great day to be out and about in our community. In fact, when is it not a great day to be out in our community? Checking out all the different events. Today, all kinds of aircraft that are coming in and out of Willmar. Kids getting airplane rides, and it's all right here at the airport. Aviation Day. Let's check it out.
Hi, this is Bev Davis and Susan Matson, Master Gardeners, on the Do You Know show. And last year we visited Susan to talk about a new septic system that she was putting in, because it gets kind of complicated working up the ground and what to plant and how to treat the area after it's ready to go. So we're going to have Susan give us an update after a year on how that went.
Thanks, Bev. On a windy fall day here, we have the septic mound to my right, and it's recommended by the county that you plant a fairly thick bed of grass on it to keep it from freezing in the wintertime. So you want to have it covered, but in my case I wanted to also hide it to some extent, so I've been planting flowers along the side of it on this side. There's also some other issues that you may encounter with dealing with a more difficult place to plant. They use a lot of, the construction company uses a lot of sand and gravel to add a porousness to the soil, and that does come out eventually in the area around the mound. So you do have to work with that when you're planting flowers. But I've chosen to use a lot of the prairie flowers next to the mound because of the sand and gravel and a little bit different conditions than you would ordinarily have in a garden.
And if you'd like more information about plants that you can put in difficult spots, you can go to the Extension website. It's extension.umn.edu, and they also have information about shady spots, high traffic areas, and so on. A great website for your use. That's certainly the one that we use a lot for our information. We are going to talk about a place to collect water in just a minute. Hi, this is Bev and Susan, and we're going to go green. We're going to talk about Susan's rain barrel. Susan, this is kind of a new addition to your backyard, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is something that I got last summer to try to capture rain water that's coming off the roof. I explained a little bit to Bev before we started that I don't have gutters on my house, and so the water comes down from the peak of the roof and was actually falling right on the gravel here next to the house. So I decided to get a rain barrel which catches the water as it comes off of the roof. The water is screened so you don't have a lot of debris that's going into the water. And people can use it in different ways. You can connect actually two barrels together. If you want to have a a couple of barrels to fill. Mine fills adequately in one rainfall of about 3 inches. And so what I've chosen to do, besides using the water to water plants, I've attached a soaker hose to it, the end of the hose. And if you can see here, there's a hose that comes off of the rain barrel. It has a little handle on it to turn it on. And I attach the soaker hose to it, and I have it running through this flower garden here, which is a really dry area. So it's a one way of using rainwater that is very accommodating to, especially this summer.
Plus, it just saves time watering, too. I kind of like that idea. We're going to talk about shade plants next on Do You Know? We're going to talk shade, and Susan, I think one of the common questions that I get as a master gardener is people want a lot of color in shady areas, which is really difficult because blooming plants really require a lot of sun. You have a very shaded lot here, so I'm sure that you have a challenge trying to get some different types of plants to give you some color.
That is really true, and we're on the side of the house where there's probably a lot of green and some different colors from the leaves, but not a lot of flowers are in bloom here. So I have taken advantage of the shade and planted a lot of hostas and tried to get some variation in the leaves just to give it a little bit more color. I also have coral bells, which are a pink flower, and in the spring there's a couple of iris. The other plant that I tried to incorporate in here are some ferns. Different variety of ferns. I've gotten some from people and also purchased some. So that will give us some variety. Also, there's a balloon flower here, which isn't blooming any longer, but that is a very bright blue or a lavender color. So that will bring in some colors too. But again, if you have a shady yard, you are kind of, it is a little bit more difficult to bring in colors.
But one way to keep the interest going is to just look for plants that have different leaf shapes, textures, again, colors, and with a little bit of sun you'll get a little bit of variegation. And then some of the flowering plants, like you said, Susan, are more, they're more adaptable to some shadier areas. Coral bells, again, you can get some purples in the foliage, etc. So again, if you want to check out the website at extension.umn.edu, they have a lot of great plant selection ideas for you. This is Bev Davis and Susan Matson for the Master Gardeners on Do You Know?
Gonna take a freight train down at the station. I don't care where you go. Gonna find my highest mountain. Gonna jump off. Ain't nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Gonna climb up, gonna crawl inside you now. Come a lady, ain't no woman never told me. Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that
We're downtown Willmar, Minnesota, and we are enjoying Celebrate Art, Celebrate Coffee. It's been 13 years of celebrating fine art, beautiful things made by all kinds of folks in our region and throughout the state of Minnesota. And we are here with Janet Olney, who's the coordinator of the Willmar Area Arts Council, as well as the chair of the Savant. Janet, this is awesome.
It is an awesome event. It really is.
Tell us a little bit about what people would see down here if they happen to be here.
Well, we've got an outdoor stage with continuous entertainment. We have got 2 hands-on art tents. We've got an adult's hands-on art tent and a kid's hands-on art tent. We have got demonstrators all lined up here and over by Bethel. And we have got 50 artists in tents along the street.
And there's all kinds of food as well, right?
Food court, and there is free coffee all day.
Well, why is there free coffee all day, Janet? And why is it called Celebrate Art, Celebrate Coffee?
It ties in with our coffee heritage.
Very good. So if you like coffee, this is the festival to come to.
And we're going through a lot of coffee today.
Awesome.
More than usual.
There are all kinds of things for every age bracket. I see people walking around with balloons on their heads, and there's some caricatures going on.
Jim Teedy, the balloon man, is making balloon characters for kids. We've got Willis Chase is doing caricatures. We've got a gal from the city who does henna painting, so you can get a henna tattoo. We've just got something for everybody.
Definitely. This is a great event. If you've never come downtown Willmar for Celebrate Art, Celebrate Coffee, you definitely want to do that. If you'll see, just below me is one of Janet's baskets, and Janet is a world-renowned basket maker. Hold it up there, Janet. Tell us a little bit about the work that you put in to make something so beautiful.
Well, this basket is called a tapestry basket, and it's a double basket. I weave one basket with a good side in, and then I use that as the mold and weave the tapestry outside it. It's got yarns and seagrass and pine needles and broom corn and philodendron sheaths. It's got all kinds of stuff in there.
It is gorgeous. How many hours would you work on something like this?
This one I have probably 12 to 14 hours in. It's a lot of work in this one.
It certainly is. And Janet, I want to give you a plug. I saw you on PBS.
I was.
Tell our viewers a little bit about being on PBS.
They've got the Appleton Pioneer Public Television has a new program called Postcards, and they did feature me on one of the segments back in July, and it'll be rerunning again. It's a 13-week series, and they're going to run it a second time. So I'll be on.
So again, our artists in this region are fantastic. There are baskets down here. There are paintings down here. There are artists who make original jewelry with things from nature. There are people who are making stained glass, anything and everything. Several potters. Oh my goodness, if you love art, this is the place to be. We want to encourage you to gather your family together and get to celebrate art, celebrate coffee.
And wear a jacket today.
Well, you're not going to see this till next month, but when you do see it, come next year.
Come next year. We're always the 3rd Saturday of September.
3rd Saturday of September in downtown Willmar, Minnesota. You're watching the Do You Know Show, and we're moving on.
Hi, this is Bev Davis on Do You Know, and I'm with Dave Peterson. We're at the Prairie Woods Environmental Learning Center. Dave, great to see you again.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming out, Bev.
And we're here at the open house. You've done this how many years in a row?
Oh, I would say at least 15. I couldn't tell you exactly. I should know that. But 15 to 16 years, yeah.
Okay, so at the open house, what kind of activities do you provide for people? You're trying to give them an experience of the whole Prairie Woods Environmental Learning Center during the open house, right?
Right, it's kind of a mini smorgasbord at Prairie Woods. So today there will be kids down in the climbing tower. There will be kids at the Pioneer Cabin doing some activities there. We have archery set up in the barn. In the education building, we have, well, downstairs below the treehouse, we have a bird banding demonstration. We have David Winkleman is here from Winkleman Environmentally Responsible Construction, the company that put up our wind turbines and our solar panels and such. Mark Mertens is here talking about the special hunt that's coming up, the wheelchair accessible deer hunt that will be happening the second weekend of deer season coming up. Ron Erpelding is here, the perennial birdmeister, is answering questions about birding. Joel Schmidt had been here earlier answering questions about prairies. So.
And obviously the Prairie Woods Environmental Learning Center covers a pretty vast area too. How big is it?
The center is about 500 acres. We border Lake Florida to the north. To the south, there's some private hunting property, and to the west, we have the Lake Florida sloughs, and to the east, we have some CRP land and pasture land. So it's really buffered nicely by water and other land that's in pretty natural conditions. So it's a beautiful 500 acres of rolling prairie, woodland, wetland. We have some sloughs and some lakeshore. So it's beautiful.
And then you have a variety of groups that utilizes the center as well. I know I've been out here with my kids on some school trips, but there are other age groups that come out here for different things as well too, because you have activities all year round.
We do. Yesterday we had the Willmar High School class of 1955, and that was really a joy for those folks to come out. So the center is used by 60 school districts from throughout west central and southwestern Minnesota. We have, last year we had approximately 22,000 people that came through of all ages, pre-K through into the 90s, you know. So we have many different groups, church youth groups, Boy Scouts, 4-H, FFA, corporate groups. Jenny-O Turkey Store was just out here doing a corporate training. We have pretty much, you name it, we've probably seen it. Receptions, memorial services, family reunions. We have some wonderful facilities for people getting together for special events. You know, it's, as you can see today at Prairie Woods, I mean, it's beautiful, and we're up at the Westby Observatory, and you can look out over the grounds, and it's a great place to come for special events and also for retreats. You know, we spend so much time doing, it's hard to take time to think about what we're doing, and it's nice to have beautiful places to come and think about what we're doing. So this is a place to do that.
All right, and what a great way to preserve, you know, the legacy of this land as well too. Now, if people want to get a hold of you or find out more information about some of the upcoming activities at the Prairie Woods Environmental Learning Center, how would they do that?
Sure, a couple ways. They can give us a call. We'd be happy to put them on our newsletter, on our mailing list. They can, of course, go to the internet, and they'll find us at prairiewoods.elc.org. And that's another great way to do it. And just stop out for a visit. We also advertise our programs in the community education brochures through Willmar, NLS, ACGC. All of the schools in the area typically will include some of our events.
Okay, very good. Thanks for joining us, Dave. Thanks for having us out here. Beautiful day, and what a great place. Prairie Woods Environmental Learning Center. This is Bev Davis with Dave Peterson on Do You Know?